Welcome back to my garden, everyone, and I thought I would show some of the fall colors here in my garden of some of the trees that I have in pots and also are kind of in my holding area to be planted. So I thought I would start here with this beautiful Acer Palmeda Mystic Mikawa, and this is a beautiful Mikawa Yesabusa, but this one has a spring interest, so the spring interest is more of an orangey color. But yeah, I just thought I would show this beautiful fall color on it now. Highlight on it will be coming soon as it kind of puts on more of that fall color. There's still a lot of green leaves, more on the shady side, but the side that is getting more sun right now is definitely putting on that beautiful red fall color. So this here is Acer Palmeda Mystic Mikawa. And next to that one, this is my Acer this is Acer Pseudo Subordinatum Islid, or also known as Ice Dragon. Most of the leaves have already fallen off this 1 gallon, but these ones up here, I wish a little bit more would have stayed just because of the beautiful fall color, but being such a small tree, sometimes it happens. It defoliates a little bit earlier than it should, but just enjoying that still beautiful color of that dissective leaf that's on the Pseudosubodiatum. Behind it, this is a introduction that I don't know if it's been released or not, but this is Acer Palmeda Fred. So I have Ethel out in the garden and I have a couple Freds that I was able to graft last year. So this is, I grafted it last fall, so this is the first full year I had with it. But it's doing amazing, that beautiful yellow color. I have another one that has a lot more yellow on it. But this is just a great lace leaf that has that bright yellow color. So in front of that one, we'll start with this one. This is Acer Palmeda Angel the Print, if I can get the focus. And it's turning its dark red color, almost sometimes like a chocolate in some areas, but definitely a very different color. This is, I wouldn't say a Mikawa Yesabusa, but it's kind of a Mikawa type, not quite as tight of the layering habit as like some of the true forms like Mystic or Japanese Princess or Mayday, but still a beautiful tree. This one, it comes out with like purple nails painted on the dark green leaves in the spring, and then kind of turns to this really dark purple red here in the fall. In front of that is my Geisha Gone Wild, and we can see that beautiful reddy orange color that it puts on in the fall. Some of the leaves are starting to dry out a little bit up here closer to the top, but still a beautiful tree. I have a spot, I think I know where this one's gonna go, so I might plant it out in the next couple days, but just kind of enjoying this beautiful red fall color on here on Geisha Gone Wild. Next to that one is another Mikawa type I have. This one is Japanese Princess, and you can see kind of that yellow and red mixed in there. Where the holes are in the leaves, those are left over from the Japanese beetles. I got a hold of this one pretty good during the summer, but this is another Mikawa type. You can see that tight layering habit there of the leaves. So this is Japanese Princess, and this one is another spring interest variety that comes out almost like a pinky gold, sometimes more yellow, sometimes more on the pink. I've had it kind of do both for me, but this is Japanese Princess. Next to that is my Mayday. So this is another Mikawa type. And this one has like some of the best yellow spring colors of any of the Mikawa types. So that nice dense layering habit that you would think of Mikawa Yasubutsu, but like a beautiful spring interest of Mayday, or sorry, of yellow for Mayday. And here's the other thread I was talking about. So this beautiful yellow lace leaf that kind of accompanies Ethel. So I think, I don't remember if I said it or not with the other one, but Fred was released by Elizabeth Mundy. There's Fred and Ethel, who were characters from I Love Lucy, so that's how they kind of got their name. But yep, just enjoying that beautiful yellow fall color on it. In front of it, there's really not that many leaves left, so you can kind of see what the colors look like here. This is Sensu, or Acer Shurasawanum Sensu. So that's kind of what all the trees look like down here on. Let's see if we can get the focus on the leaves. Next to that, right here, this just starting to put on some fall color is my Koto Noito, Acer Palmatum Koto Noito, also known as the harp strings. You can see the beautiful yellow that these ones turn. There's some mixes of orange in there, but predominantly yellow. Hasn't fully turned yet, still a lot of green, especially down here. But this is a beautiful Linear Lobum style maple, and eventually the whole tree will be this beautiful yellow. Next to that, this one slowly starting to turn is Acer Palmatum Hassas. So it's going from its summer green, which kind of looks like this leaf here. So this is kind of what mine looks like during the summertime, and it's turning back to that beautiful maroon color, and then we'll go into this beautiful scarlet color. So it's kind of in, I would say, a couple more days, and the whole tree should be more of that scarlet red. So this one too also got hit by some Japanese beetles, as we can kind of see there throughout the summer, but there's still a lot of really clean leaves over here to kind of show you what the beautiful scarlet red fall color is going to be like on it. And as the sun kind of shines through the leaves, not as good as Fire Glow, but still it's a thinner leaf for this Olivieranum style, so definitely has some palmatum influence on it. So I think it's Acer Olivieranum X hot sauce. So yep, a great tree, especially if you want some reds. Next to it is my Twombly's Red Sentinel. So this one too, you can kind of, it's a witch's broom. You can kind of tell that by this knob right here where it's shorter. So we can focus on that. So that's usually a good sign that it's a witch's broom. Not all witch's broom have them, but most. If it's a witch's broom, if it has it, it's a witch's broom, but not all witch's brooms have it. But this is a very narrow, upright red. Once again, the Japanese beetles just had a feast on it. I think one of the reasons why these ones got hit so hard is right behind it. I have some grapes right here, and they just love grapes. And they do go after maples also, but because there was grapes nearby, they definitely hit this one extra hard. And then I have some of my fig trees kind of planted out right here. But this is Twombly's Red Sentinel, a really narrow, upright type. And then there's kind of my main holding area. And then if I swing around over here, I'll just hit this one, even though it's not in a pot, but this is my Orangeola, Acer Palmatum Orangeola. Beautiful orangey red, more on the red than orange side, fall color. Beautiful structure here on the trunk. So I think this one I'm going to open up a little bit this coming year, so in late winter, kind of prune some of these branches out in here to kind of help open it up so you can see more of that beautiful structure during the summertime. But I haven't really pruned anything off of this, mostly because I wanted to get that trunk thinkened up, and it's starting to really put on a nice caliper now. So I think it's time to kind of trim some of these more side branches so I can see into the structure. But here's what the fall color looks like on it. It's been a dry year, so this one is starting to dry out a little bit just because we haven't had very much rain here in Virginia. From about July on, we had little to no rain. For those of you, I should have said this near the beginning of the video, but for those of you who don't know, I'm in Central Virginia, zone 7A, sometimes 6B, depending on which map you look at. I do have a little microclimate in my area, so we typically get a little bit cooler than the surrounding areas. But I think the new map shows me 7A, but some of the older maps showed me 6B. So kind of right there on the edge between the two. We have had a night since I've lived here where we've been below 0. I think we got down to -3, so we definitely have had those 6B winters. I think we had one in 2000, I think it was 15 or 16, so within the last 10 years. So it is possible for us to drop below 0, but not very often. All right, we'll continue on to my maples, kind of over here. And this is more of my potting up area. So these are my Japanese maple seedlings. And I actually just collected a whole bunch of seedlings and will be stratifying them outside in the winter. Until then, here's some more of my maples. So there's really not much left on the leaf here. But this one is Oregon Sunset. Just got this one. Unfortunately, most of the leaves, this is my Maymont. Most of the leaves dropped on that one already. Before I could really get it on camera, you can see them kind of down there. But this is a tree that Elizabeth Mundy introduced from Maymont Park. She has permission and got some cuttings off of a beautiful red lace leaf down there. In visiting or having visit Maymont many times, I actually know which one she collected it from, and the specimen or the original tree is beautiful, so I'm glad she was able to get a piece of that. And this one here is Allen's Gold, and you can kind of see the beautiful red fall colors, orangey red fall colors there on Allen's Gold. I'm waiting for this one to put on that beautiful pine bark. So I just got it as a 1 gallon, but Mr. Maple actually sent a pretty good size, so I needed to pot it up to this 2-gallon pot right away. So sometimes that's the benefit of buying some trees in the fall, is they're ready to be potted up right away. But just enjoying this beautiful orangey red with hints of yellow fall color. But this one will eventually become a pine bark, and I believe it becomes a pine bark faster than some of the other Japanese maples pine bark, like where it's usually maybe closer to 5 to 7 years for the pine bark to really start showing out. So excited to see that on this one. Next to it, I have my eye candy. Also just kind of got this one here in the fall, starting to put on that beautiful yellow fall color. And once again, this one also I potted up right away. Came in a 1 gallon and immediately had enough roots and size on it to be potted up to a 2 gallon. So just enjoying that beautiful yellow fall color here on eye candy. And this one's claim to fame is has kind of a Higashiyama style variegation, but more pink. So I'm excited to see that one as it leaves back out here, or at least back out in the spring. But yep, this is Acer palmatum eye candy. The next one over here, there's not that many leaves left on it, but this is Crimson Princess. And this is one I found at a local garden center. It's a newer introduction from New Zealand. And so I was actually surprised to see it at just my local garden center in a 1 gallon. But I luckily got it on camera a couple days ago before these leaves kind of dried out. But beautiful crimson, oh, just pulled that one off. Crimson fall color. As you can see, they're really deeply divided lace leaf. So excited to watch this one grow. I think it's supposed to be 3 to 4 feet by 3 to 4 feet in 10 years. So definitely smaller than some of the other lace leaves. Back here, my Naniwa Beni. So this is a beautiful red, really spring interest Japanese maple. So I'm excited to kind of see this one. No really fall color on it yet, still this kind of green, but we'll see what this one looks like when it leaves back out in the spring. What I got it for was the spring interest, so I'm really excited for that one. Up here, some of my bigger Mikawa, or sorry, not Mikawa, just straight species Easter palmatums, and you can kind of see the different colors even within the straight species of yellow and red and more yellow. This one's still green here. So I did some grafting on these ones, but unfortunately I did a summer grafting and none of them took because we got really cold in September before the grafts were able to take. So unfortunately all 5 of mine that I grafted to here, none of the grafts actually took. All the scion wood didn't make it. So I'm gonna try again I might try winter grafting onto these 5, but those ones, yeah, like I said, I grafted them late August, and in September we dropped temperature too quickly and too fast for before the graft union could take. But just try again in a few months, hopefully with some winter grafting. And then over here I have a couple more. Not much really to show, but that's Gossamer. It's dropped all of its leaves already. And then this is my Naguri Nishiki, which is an Acer pictum, and it's just putting on that beautiful yellow fall color. Up here, still going from that green, beautiful variegation with cream into yellow, so you can just see almost that transition as it goes down. But yeah, the pictums always have beautiful yellow fall colors. And the last one I have is another just straight species Acer palmatum, and this one I will be using to collect seeds off of hopefully in the future. So I'll be planting it out in my garden, but right now just kind of enjoying that beautiful yellowy with hints of pink fall color. So thank you for joining me here on a quick tour of some of the Japanese maples in my potted area. And then I'll probably do another one hopefully soon. Some of the maples out in the yard. Some of the early ones are done, and some of the next ones are just starting to go. So really just enjoying these the end of October into November. All the beautiful fall colors that I have on the different Japanese maples. So thank you so much for watching, and take care, everyone.